be like refilming intros because my hair will piss me off and I'll love the intro and I know somebody could see it and be like, girl, just upload it. But y'all, when you record something and then edit it and you see that your hair doesn't look how you want it to look, oh, that's the kind of stress you don't want in your life. Okay. So, hello. I'm refilming this introduction for the second time because I don't think I communicated my thoughts as clearly as I wanted to. So basically, today's video, well, hello, I'm back. I don't know how to properly upload videos on a schedule, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out. We're gonna get there. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm uploading this video today with another home improvement, like Ariel gets her life together type scenario. So this video is all about me, or just showing you that I can patch drywall in the ceiling, y'all. Round of applause. I had a friend encourage me to patch this hole in my drywall for the past year. And when I say like encouraging me, like they made comments maybe a few times, less than you can count on one hand, but just to say like, you can do this to yourself. And I was just like, I am not gonna sit here and patch drywall in my ceiling by myself. Like, how do you even do, like, how does the drywall anchor into, y'all, I didn't know anything. So basically I took it upon myself to watch a YouTube video, learn how to patch drywall. And I say all that to say, when I got that hole created, which was created from someone doing a plumbing repair, I waited a full calendar year, y'all. I think actually more than a full calendar year to fix the drywall by myself, which you will see. Now, this intro is important because I'm going to put everything in a sequence. So you'll see all the footage of me patching this one large hole in this room, like right above my head. But what you will see after that is another sequence where I'm patching a new hole. And that is because the only thing that motivated me, I'm being totally honest right now, the only thing that motivated me to patch this initial hole, which the hole is huge, y'all, and yes, it's been here for a year. I was motivated because I had a new leak right next to the old leak, and I didn't want someone to come repair that leak and make a new hole and wonder why I never patched the old hole. I'm like imagining a plumber coming in my house talking about like, oh, you just had another leak? Like, that's crazy. Like, you need to get this checked out. And me having to come to terms and tell them, well, actually, that leak was from a year ago. And I never got the hole closed. And I've just been living like that with a hole, like that I've gone blind to in my ceiling. So that was my pure motivation for fixing the original issue. And you will see the second hole, this new hole, is significantly smaller. I'd say it's about a third of the size of the first hole. And I have extra drywall and joint compound and tape to fix this one, and it should take me significantly less time, mark my words, or not mark my words, knock on wood, mark my words. So you can do that too though if you want. So me recording this video, trying to get this video done, and in the theme of like doing things in a more timely manner, I'm going to be patching this second hole now. This hole was created 20 minutes ago, and I'm trying to have it patched in the next hour, okay? Now, all you will see me do, well, let me not go too deep, but the whole process takes over a day because you have to let the compound dry and then put the little primer paint thing, and then you have to do the fake popcorn ceiling. So this won't be done today, but the hole will be gone today. Yo, I'm excited. Ah! I get to have a ceiling that isn't full of holes. So, okay, and then I want to talk to you guys too. I wanted to talk about how I've been doing lately, feeling lately. And I feel like this is a perfect example considering what I'm doing today. Y'all, I've been feeling overwhelmed. But then when I also think about it, when am I not feeling overwhelmed? That's the sick, sad truth. I'm thinking of like Sick, Sad World from Daria. I think that was the name of the television show. But I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like the only person I can rely on is myself. Ooh, I'm feeling like I can't really call on people like that to be there for me. Like, ooh, like, I'm not saying all of this is inherently truth. I'm just saying this is how I feel more often than not. This is how I feel more than 50% of the time. So therefore, it is, I don't know if y'all have seen Inside Out too. But therefore, these kind of feelings are kind of forming into a belief system that I'm having currently about my life that I don't want to have about my life, y'all. I don't want to feel like I'm raw dogging life by myself. And I do have that, like, that kind of view that you probably heard where it's like, you enter this world alone and you leave this world alone. Like, yeah, like, some people may not agree with that, but I mean, like, I feel like that's a pretty fairly true statement. I feel like this is a continuous roadblock I'm running into with life, where I feel as though that I am not receiving the support that I would prefer. And I don't mean monetary support. I don't always mean physical support. I just mean support, like the knowing, the feeling, the belief, forming of that new belief system where I can call on my people. Not even like call, but like where I can call on my people. And no matter who I call, I know what I'm gonna get back from them and what I want that to be. And I know everyone isn't me, but what I want that to be is knowing that they will embrace me the same way that I always attempt to and usually do embrace them or others. So all this from some drywall, y'all. I know it's heavy today. And I'm also feeling kind of silly goofy because I had a boba tea. I think I've talked plenty. This is a long start to a video, but I'm happy you're here if you're watching the video. And I just hope that this week, I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, so I'll just say this week. I hope that this week someone feels your love, and I hope that you feel someone else's love in whatever capacity that looks like. Y'all, love abounds even despite our negative feelings and outlooks on what's happening in our own lives and society. Mentally, spiritually, physically, whatever is happening, love abounds. And a lot of times I feel like we're not experiencing it because we don't embrace it. And I'm talking to myself as well. So that's all I want to say for the introduction, and I hope that you all stick around for the rest of the video. Yeah, I'll see y'all. I'm probably not going to come back, but enjoy the video. Bye. All right, y'all, so we're going to walk through this footage together. This is the original hole. It's huge, like I said. The blue is the new pipe that they kind of fixed the old leak. And I'm showing you how misshapen this hole is. That's how they cut it out. Because you know how people are. They just kind of go in there and whack at it. So this is when I cut it in a more... I tried to make it a rectangle, y'all. But when I did the measurements, it was all wonky. Every side was a different length. It was ridiculous. So those are my 2 sheets of drywall because I got a second one to prepare for the second hole I'd have to do. That's the fiberfuse, which is like tape for your drywall once you've put it in. And then what I'm going to show you next is the kind of tin that you put your joint compound in. That's like that putty looking stuff that binds everything together and seals it up nice and tight. And then these are the screws that I'm going to be using to actually get the drywall to drill into or anchor into the ceiling. And that's the joint compound. So the first step was removing these rusty nails. Y'all, I couldn't record it really. I showed like what I tried to do. Like I know how to pull a nail out, but that first one was acting crazy. And it's hard to record in one hand and do that on a ladder. So I just showed you like what it looks like to try to pull a nail out. But I ended up getting them all out eventually. These are all the freaking nails I had to pull out. And as you can see, they're disgusting. And I was not wearing goggles, which is horrible. This is the measurements I kind of worked out for the drywall, and I used a box cutter to literally slice it. So that's how people usually cut drywall, apparently, I learned. It kind of creates that kind of divot, and then you can trace along the back and just kind of punch it out. Super easy. You know, got to do some B-roll of me doing it. But that's the shape, y'all. My floor is straight. That shape is just wonky. Dr. Seuss ass drywall cut. And it's going to be going in there. So this was extra difficult because one, it's hard to do this as one person, like trying to anchor something up with your hands while also getting prepared to drill it in. And on top of that, the freaking like light fixture was right there obstructing me as well. So I finally figured out a strategy on how to drill it in. And then after that, I literally just held it up with one hand. I would literally put the screw on the drill and like just hope it didn't fall off before I drilled it in, y'all. I was just doing what I needed to do, basically. So literally just 2 screws on either end. I should have anchored it more, but long story short, I didn't have a wood piece to wedge in there that was appropriate for that hole. I ended up having one appropriate for the second hole, but I didn't record that because it was just too hard to record. So this is the joint compound. I got it pre-mixed, and I also got the smaller container because I didn't want to pay like $50 for 2 gallons of this stuff that I was never going to use. This might have been the only enjoyable part of this process, like just smacking the compound into the tray. Bop. So what you're seeing here is like me initially like covering where the screws went in and just making sure that, oh yeah, I had to put the joint compound so that the tape had something to stick to. So that's me putting the tape. I should have worn gloves, y'all. And you may not see the tape, but it's because I covered it up with an initial layer of joint compound. So the tape is there. That's what I'm kind of trying to showcase. It looks messy, but it's my first time doing drywall, y'all. And I think the next couple of clips are me just filling in the rest of the joint compound. You kind of let that dry for like at least 24 hours. I tried to do it like that. And that's what that ended up looking like. It's so messy, y'all. I learned when I got to the second hole. Oh. You see where it's white here, like it's a lighter color? It's because I sprayed this priming spray, which I didn't record, but I recorded it for the second hole. So now you see the popcorn sealing, and that's what I'm going to be dabbing on, and you'll see that process here. This was kind of fun too, I'm not going to lie. But what I was trying to say earlier is you're going to see this fill is kind of wonky because I just overdid it with the joint compound. So it's like puckering at the ends, and you can kind of see the shape of where I filled it in. I learned on my second hole, I just took my finger and wiped around the corners to get rid of that residual extra joint compound. And that's the popcorn sealing. So I let that dry overnight, sprayed some more primer over it, and that is the final result, which I think is pretty decent. All right, second hole. And this was the same day as when I was like, I'm gonna fill this hole now. I just changed clothes so I didn't get my outfit really dusty. But this is me cutting with a box cutter. I don't have a glove on. I'm cutting on my wood floors, y'all. It's a mess. What can I say? But I don't know what I think when I do stuff like this. I think I'm just ready to get it done. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna cut it on the floor and not wear protection. But this was the shape. This one was a lot smaller, like I mentioned, and so much easier to like cut to the specific size. Still took me a second to get it to fit in the hole perfectly because it's never going to be a perfect cut. But as you can tell, it's a lot closer of a regular rectangle shape. That's it. Once it's been filled, you can see how close it is to the original hole. And there, I only put screws on one end, y'all, because I found a piece of wood to go in there. But it stayed up. I didn't do that perfectly correct. Don't follow my instructions there. So this is me doing the same process on that second hole. This was day 2 of that second hole. Just trying to get it to be nice and seamless. I felt a little more comfortable around this time. And we're kind of reaching the end of the video because I didn't really repeat all the steps to show you. But this is the spray that I did want to get a recording of. So that's me making it match the rest of the ceiling and also priming it. And y'all, I'm just glad this is over. My little last shot showing you it patched. And we're done. We're out of here, y'all. But before I sign off completely, for anyone who stuck through this silly, goofy video of me trying to just fix some drywall, is that, y'all, I've been going through it, okay? I had a pipe at my house explode open and pour out water everywhere, and I had to get that repaired in addition to the leak in my ceiling. Just been having some I don't know why. How can I get words out? Hello? I don't want to be the person to be like, the universe is throwing everything at me and whatever, but the past couple weeks have not been ideal for me. It's probably better that I'm talking on a black screen because I feel like if I said this to the camera right now, I'd be getting all emotional about it. But it's kind of easier to talk to a black screen, so maybe that means I should start a podcast or something. I would like to say, though, despite whatever I had going on in my life, in addition to the leaks and the pipe burst and whatever else has been going on in my house, I realized and had to take that initiative to know that you still got to get things done. You got to get it done. So what's worse? Being upset about something happening in your life and then also neglecting the things you need to get done, or maybe just feeling the way you feel, which can suck, but then also still just in that same time getting done what you need to get done. Like, being productive, being active, moving in any capacity. I don't want to say it's a good distraction, but it's a good way to make you remember that you're still alive. Like, you can pinch yourself and know that you're still here breathing despite any stresses that you're having in life. I just wanted to add that to the end of the video because life can be so difficult, but it can also be so fantastic. And at the same time, I had this great accomplishment of closing the holes in my ceiling and not having to pay someone an extra couple $100s to fix it. I was also dealing with kind of whack stuff in the background, like things that aren't great or things that don't bring me joy, things that make me sad. Yeah, I guess that's just part of the human experience. And maybe I'm just rambling at this point. And if you're literally still listening to this on this black screen, like, who are you? Tell me who you are. This is crazy. Like, what are you doing here? I hope that y'all have a great week, of course, as usual. And I will definitely be making an attempt to make more consistent content. I think I just have to get past that roadblock in my own brain of thinking I have to be filming something ultra specific for it to be worthy for YouTube. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.